Good morning, everyone. I'm Shakur, co-founder at Games for Peace. The past few weeks weren't that easy. We're not exactly living in the milk and honey land. Many challenges, for some, many frustration, a lot of frustration. It's not easy, and it's not easy to keep optimistic. But we insist on keeping our optimism because we don't have any other alternative. I'm gonna speak to you about Games for Peace, but in order to understand also the rationale for establishing Games for Peace, I would like to go through the presentation. As you probably know, people all around the world spend billions, maybe more, of hours a week playing online games, video games. In fact, everybody likes video games. It's our place where we escape the awful reality sometimes to enjoy something we all like. Everyone in the virtual world and in games is on the verge of an epic win. Everyone is trying to become a hero somehow, to some extent, to save the world. That's the whole gaming experience in two sentences that I have. But when considering the lot of issues and problems, the severe ones, the awful ones sometimes, that the world is facing, billions of hours playing games sounds, sound too much, or maybe more. So the question is, if gamers are too good, and they are too good, they are great problem solvers, they like to be winners. They like to be heroes, considered heroes. They are in any gaming session. They are very optimistic. They are on the verge of an epic win. So while playing, everyone wants to be the hero, and everyone is trying to become the best version of himself. And the question is, if we are trying to become the best version of ourselves in computer games or video games or online games, are we capable as gamers of solving real problems in real world? Can the great problem solvers in the virtual world save the real world? There are, in some domains, computer games and online games are being used for education, for math, for many education in many education areas, and we think that yes, gamers can save the world. Everyone is on the quest of changing his real world, his own real world. So everyone is seeking an epic change for himself. So if we want, we can also change our world through gamers. So what is Games for Peace? Games for Peace is a growing community of people, crazy people like me, who believe that technology, social media, and video games represent a radical new way of bridging the gaps between youth, teenagers in conflict zones like ours, unfortunately like ours. We are a nonprofit founded almost 2 years ago, less than 2 years ago, by Jews and Arabs, dedicated to exploring how games can help break barriers, foster dialogue, and build trust between young people. So youth, teenagers, that's it? Well, yes, as you all know, young people, not just, they like computer games very much. They are young, frenzy, up-to-date digital natives born into the technology. They are at the age of building identity before building a career. They are the next mainstream, at least from a near future perspective. And it's much easier to address and engage teenagers, young people, in such activities. And everyone, especially teenagers, is on the verge of an epic everything. So yes, we can. So what we do? We exploit, we don't develop our own games, not yet at the moment, but yes, we exploit the popularity of existing commercial video games, popular, mass-appealing video games that fosters collaboration, especially multiplayer games, whose themes revolve around the ideas of communication, collaboration within a virtual world, and where communication and collaboration are praised. So we organize two main activities at the moment. The first one is called Play for Peace Weekends, where we invite people, young people, teenagers from all around the Middle East to join the Play for Peace Weekend and play whatever they like, a multiplayer computer game. Usually we use Minecraft, but not just Minecraft. This is an online event. We have conducted many weekends like this over the 1.5 years, the past 1.5 years. We invite people from all around the Middle East to log in from their computer, from their home, and play, build virtual, activity stuff, especially with Minecraft. The first activity was called Let's Build a Village in the Middle East Together. It was about building a peace village. Usually we don't impose any agenda. Sometimes we don't even offer or suggest a theme. We just let them play, but sometimes we offer or suggest a theme. A year ago, more than 1 year ago, we suggested the World Cup as a theme. So people from all around the Middle East came together, played in Minecraft. They built stuff. Lovely stuff. We'll see some of them. We had over 100 teenagers from Israel, Palestine, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Lebanon, one from Morocco, and other countries coming together and playing, having fun. We have embedded also a chat mechanism into the gaming session where an instant translation is taking place, so everyone can speak or chat in his language, and the other side will get the message properly. Because we are using Google Translate as a platform, sometimes misinterpretation added some fun to the whole session. This is an example, a result of what happened at the first Play for Peace weekend. Like I said, more than almost 100 teenagers from all around the Middle East came together, chatted together, and built stuff together. This is another example. So this is the about the Play for Peace weekend. We are still conducting weekends alike, almost every month. This is another example. So far we had more than 500 participants from all around the Middle East coming together, and our community is growing all the time. The other activity we are conducting is a school program called Play to Talk. It's a program bringing together Jewish and Arab pupils at schools. We had many schools participating in this program. especially in the southern district with the Reshit Amal, and also at the talented Mechonanim, talented schools. Every week we brought together the pupils. Every class from its school to play something similar to what we are doing in the Play for Peace weekend. We use also Minecraft as a platform. We are not conducting sessions where Jews are playing against Arabs or Arabs playing against Jews. We are, forming teams, mixed teams from both sides, and teams are competing together in building stuff. We conduct many sessions, around 7 weeks at the beginning. So people play Minecraft, teenagers, in a fun, collaborative, communicative way. After the virtual sessions, we bring the whole pupils together to meet each other, to get to know the person behind the avatar. And this is an example of the physical activity where they meet each other. Another example. Now we are working on developing the program so pupils from both schools will have an annual project to work on together. It's like working on a startup, but it's a gaming session all year long, where pupils from both schools will collaborate and submit a final paper on their project, on their experience. And we are trying to convince the Ministry of Education and the whole education system also to give them grades for their project, to praise what they are doing. We believe that the more we bring together teenagers for more sessions at schools, at home, some of the pupils who participate our school programs continue to play also in the weekends that we conduct. So we want to create a continuous experience all year long with the schools, so pupils will get to know each other much better, not just through 7 sessions, including the physical one, but as I said, a continuous experience to get to know each other better, break barriers, break fear of knowing the other, fostering dialogue, and we believe that once a person gets to know someone in an annual or year-long experience, he won't forget him, and we will manage through our programs to counter to break the barriers and counteract negative stereotypes each one have on the other. Recently, we didn't plan it, but we found ourselves going global a bit. We were approached by an organization called ELVA in Georgia, Eastern Europe, where we help them to apply our program. Also, we were approached by the Basque Museum to conduct such program also in the Basque. This is a picture of what we had in Georgia. We advised ELVA and their teams in applying and conducting our school program to bring together teenagers from Georgia and the Abkhaz another conflict zone. Practically, we are a young organization, a non-for-profit, with limited resources. Almost all of us are volunteers. After all, we believe that killing together in video games is much better than killing each other outside. Yes, we are optimistic. We don't have any other alternative. We all come in peace. Thank you, and stay optimistic. Play games for peace.
I just wanted to ask if you have any programs for non-teenagers, older people?
Well, as I said, we are a young non-for-profit organization, a growing community. We were approached by many people asking us for programs for adults. When we started the school programs, teachers asked us, why only them? We want also to participate in such programs. We are in the education system, but we mostly know each other from, some occasions, not really. So we want they ask that they want to have such experience, continuous one. We are thinking about it, but because of our limited resources at the moment, we are focusing on trying to create the impact at the teenagers level, and hopefully in the future we will manage to do something bigger.
Hi. Do you have any numbers on how many Palestinian kids have computers, have internet access, have the availability to actually access these kind of programs?
Well, if we are speaking about Arab Palestinians in Israel, Israeli citizens, it's not an issue anymore. Everyone is connected. Everyone is connected, especially at schools. All the schools are connected to the internet with computers, and more than 70% of households in the Arab society in Israel have computers. When we speak about the West Bank, for example, or Jordan even if you want, more than 50% of the teenagers are connected to the internet at homes, not to mention a connection through a mobile device or connection at school or any other facility in the neighborhood. So it's not an issue.
Do you have any plan of getting it working by itself, like a kid getting home, whether he's in the West Bank or whether he's in Tel Aviv, and they're playing together because they build up, not by you creating the meetup?
Well, yes. In the near future, we will have. We will not conduct only the weekends that we mentioned. We will keep our servers open in a virtual Minecraft world, so they can log in whenever they want and play together. Yes, it's also a matter of resources of all of us. But the answer is yes, and hopefully we'll do it very soon.
You actually answered some of it, but the first part is, how are you as Game for Peace in comparing, for example, for Justin from Bandura Games, that actually create a tailor-made game that speaks about cooperation and trying to solve conflicts, whether in whichever country they exist. So that's one. I know you're an NPO, but I would like to hear the answer for that. And the second one is, how do you deal with the aftermath of those meetings? I mean, people are playing together for a month or 2 or 6 months, and then what do you do in order for them to really understand and keep them active in the community and not forgetting that after another 2 months of not playing together?
Well, the first one, as I said, we are using only at the moment mass appealing computer games, popular ones, because we want to connect to the world of the teenagers. We want them engaged. We don't want to impose any other games on them. So we are using only the mass appealing popular games whose themes are around collaboration, communication, and where collaboration can be praised. And the second one was about how to create the continuous experience. Well, at the moment we are also, if I didn't mention it before, we are working with evaluation teams to evaluate everything we are doing, to evaluate the impact we are creating, to see if we are really counteracting negative stereotypes, changing some of the stereotypes into positive ones. When you get to know each other, so there's some change. We are trying to create a set of measurements in order to evaluate. At the same time, we are exploring many ways and many ideas on how to do it, a continuous experience at schools, outside schools, at homes, everywhere. Like I said, we are very young and we are open to also your ideas. So please connect to us. We are at www.gamesforpeace.org or at Facebook. So we would love to hear you.
You connect the parents to play in this idea?
Again, please.
You call the parents to come and play with the children and against each other together?
Hopefully in the future we will call adults to join us. Yes. Thank you very much.